got a little bit of time because the battery is running out, but I thought I'd shoot off some update videos for you here. I just went on Go Hastings last week. They had one of their buy 2 get 20%, buy 3 get 30%, buy 4 get 40% off sales, and that pretty much for most things at a lower price takes care of the shipping cost of 96 cents each. But, you know, even at that, they're still pretty good deals. I got a couple of DVDs for $2 each, and then I got a couple Blu-rays. I think one was like $3 or $4, and then the other one was $5. But total, I paid $12.06 out the door, including shipping, for these 4 items. So I'm going to start off with the DVDs, and then in the next episode I'm going to do the Blu-rays. So to start off, why not just get right into it? I got, for $2, Metropolis. I think it was actually like $2.04 or something, but yes. The Metropolis animated film, the anime film done by, what's his name? Osamu Tezuka, who is well known also for doing Astro Boy and a bunch of other things. He's a really great animator, director, whatnot. Let me just read the thing off the back for you. Brace yourselves for a totally new experience in cutting-edge animation, based on the classic comic created by Osamu Tezuka of Astro Boy fame, written by Japanese anime legend Katsuhiro Otomo from Akira, and directed by Rintaro, Galaxy Express 999, Metropolis is a spectacular film featuring stunning imagery and unforgettable characters. So, yeah, it's based on, of course, if you didn't know, if you were unaware, it's based on this movie, which I also have. So if anybody doesn't know, but do you have the original? Yes, I have the complete Metropolis on Blu-ray, the Kino release, and yes, with the slipcover and everything. Absolutely beautiful restoration done on that, by the way. But yes, I absolutely love Metropolis. It's a classic sci-fi film. It's really one of the first sci-fi films ever, and one of the most notable of all time. If you look at every science fiction that's come since in film history, most of the significant ones have some kind of a reference to Metropolis or some kind of a, homage to Metropolis. So, for instance, in Blade Runner, the reveal of the city and the way that the city works is a lot like what you see in Metropolis. Not this Metropolis, granted, the original Metropolis. But, yeah, and even in video games, BioShock is a huge homage to Metropolis. But yeah, this is almost loosely based on Metropolis, although it does have a lot of the significant elements from the film. It's not a remake, it's not a ripoff. It is more of an homage. Although I've heard people call it an homage, I've heard people call it this, I've heard people call it that. It doesn't matter what you want to call it. Let's just say, there's a reason that they called it Metropolis, and it wasn't to rip anybody off. It wasn't anything like that. And this is just an absolutely beautiful, amazing film. My good friend, Garbage Gamer, Eric, introduced me to this. At first, I was not into the idea of watching it because it had nothing to do with the fact that, like, oh, it's just a rip-off of Metropolis or something. No. It was just like, typically it's harder to get me to get into anime films, although if I do get into anime, it's usually because it's a movie and not a series. I don't typically get addicted to the series like some people do. I'm more of an anime movie kind of guy. And so he decided to just kind of force this on me one day. Very good movie, an amazing set on DVD. Sadly, in the U.S., not available on Blu-ray yet. It's only available on Blu-ray in, I think my friend Skinslip told me, in Japan, and it's not dubbed or subbed or anything. So, yep, this is what we've got so far. And, well, it's going for cheap prices because I don't think a lot of people know about it, but this is a really fantastic set. There you see the mini disc, which contains all the special features. It's kind of cool that this has a little mini disc, honestly. And the main disc. And they were both in excellent condition, despite the fact that this is a used copy. It was used, but it was in shrink wrap, so it was like you could tell that it was something that had been taken care of. And I'm very glad to see that, because I really have been wanting to pick this up, but every time I see it, it's always like in crappy condition or missing something, and it's just like I want to get a good version of this. And thanks to GoHastings.com, I got it for $2.04 or something like that. But yeah, basically $2 on DVD in excellent freaking condition. I mean, you can see the light bouncing off of it a bit there. Does it look like there's any damage at all to this? At all? There really isn't. This is in immaculate condition. And I think there might have been originally a slipcover for it, but I never see the slipcover for this anymore. So if there is, and any of you know about it, then just, like, I'm not saying send it to me. I'm saying let me know that it exists, and maybe I'll go looking for it on eBay or something. Anyways, next up, the next title I got was something I got to complete a series of films that I really enjoyed and was, I don't know if I was like a huge fan growing up, but I know that they really affected me growing up, and that, you know, it was definitely a part of the 90s and a part of my childhood. Maybe actually late 80s, I don't remember exactly when this came. Yeah, 91. Okay. So yeah, it was definitely a part of that era, late 80s, early 90s kind of, you know. The early 90s are, honestly, I've talked about this with friends, they were more like, you know, a holdover from the 80s than they were officially the 90s. I feel like the 90s didn't really start until 93 or 94. But anyways, I digress. The point I'm trying to make here is these are, you know, excellent films, and actually there's a sequel in the works. So maybe you know already what I'm talking about. I got this for less than $2, so in total with Metropolis and this, it was $4 for both Blu-rays. Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey on DVD. Now, I've wanted to get that bigger set and stuff, but I just haven't had the money or, you know, inclination, haven't found it anywhere. So when I saw this on GoDaddy, or God, I keep saying GoDaddy. Fuck GoDaddy. Seriously, if you're using GoDaddy, don't. If you're thinking about using it, don't. If you're thinking about looking up whether a domain name is registered on GoDaddy, don't. Seriously, any domain name you look up just to see if it's available, they park it. They park it and make it so that if you want it, you're going to have to pay their price. So don't do it. Do not do GoDaddy. Random rant aside, GoHastings.com with the 40% discount in tow. This came to 90 cents on the dot with 96-cent shipping. So you do the math, it was less than $2. And the reason I got it is because good friend Chris Ackerman here on YouTube a while back sent me this. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure on DVD. Yeah, this is 1988. I knew it was late 80s, early 90s, the combination of them. Yeah, this is the original movie, of course, with excellent actors, Keanu Reeves, and fucking what's-his-face, why can't I remember his name? Alex Winter, and George Carlin, yes. So now I have the collection complete, as it were, until, of course, the third movie comes out, and I can't wait for that one, obviously. Yeah, I really do like these movies, and it wasn't until recently that I discovered how awesome they actually are, because I actually got to see this movie, parts of this movie, in my postmodernism class. A class where we discuss what postmodernism is, what it means, and how it functions in the world of art and all forms of art. And this was shown as a great example of postmodernity. Can you believe it? Bill and Ted is actually something that can be considered as, you know, haughty-taughty as postmodernism. Yes, actually, because the scene that shows them playing board games with death is actually like a direct reference to an old classic movie. I can't remember what it's called. It's like a Danish movie or something like that, but it's this classic movie, and it's got this scene in it where this guy, he's trying to trick death so that his friends can get away, and so while his friends are escaping, he plays chess with death. And they totally do a play on that in this movie. If you remember, in one of the most famous scenes from this movie, I absolutely love that scene in this movie. It's like the most memorable scene to me, honestly. So when I saw the guy playing it in the postmodernism class, I was just like ecstatic. I was just like, this is fucking brilliant. So yes, now I have the total complete series, as it were. I've got Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Bill and Ted Complete. Except, of course, for the cartoon series. But I never actually saw the cartoon series. Let me know if you think I should check it out, because I don't know. You know? It didn't seem like something that would appeal to me. But anyways, I digress, as I have been doing this whole freaking time. Thanks for watching. Next episode, we'll talk about, or rather, next video, we'll talk about the Blu-rays I picked up. Catch you later. Peace.